What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Day Moolah Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Isaiah. On today's episode, I will be giving y'all my Week 7 NFL picks. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. So we got our Thursday night football matchup. The Jacksonville Jaguars are taking on the New Orleans Saints. And look at the Jaguars, man. Trevor Lawrence is injured. Zay Jones is injured. Tyson Campbell is injured. Brandon Sheriff, he's also injured. I think Trayvon Walker, he's dealing with an injury as well. And then you look at the Saints, right? Tyrann Matthews injured. Demario Davis is hurt. Jawan Johnson's hurt. Jamal Williams, he's still injured as well with his hamstring. So you're looking at two teams that are really injured, really banged up. But even with Trevor Lawrence being banged up, man, I'm still taking the Jaguars just because the Saints offense has been way too disappointing this year. I mean, you look last week, Derek Carr had 352 passing yards, but yet they only scored 13 points. So the only way the Saints can win games is by their defense. And, it surprised a lot of people that the Saints offense has been this bad because you look, I mean, they still Michael Thomas, and he's actually been healthy this year. And Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed, like they got the weapons. And now Alvin Kamara's back. But for whatever reason, man, they just cannot find their groove offensively. And because of that reason, I gotta take the Jaguars, even though, like I said, Trevor Lawrence is injured, Zay Jones is injured, Tyson Campbell is injured. But even with Trevor Lawrence being injured, the Jaguars can still run the football because they got Travis Etienne Jr. and they got Tank Bigsby. So give me the Jaguars to win that game. Next up, we head to our Sunday slate. First matchup, the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Chicago Bears. And you look at the Raiders, man. The Raiders are now 3-3, but their last two wins came against the Packers. Came against the Packers and Patriots. The Packers, I would say the Packers are the Packers are an average team, and the Patriots are just a really bad team. So it's like, Raiders, yeah, y'all 3-3, but I'm not confident in the Raiders still. I'm still not confident in this team at all. Like I'm not. Offensively, obviously they still got Devontae Adams. They got Jacoby Myers, Michael Mayer, the rookie tight end out of Notre Dame. So they got like some weapons offensively, but their defense is still bad. Their defense is still bad. So I can't wait to see them actually beat a pretty good football team. And going against the Chicago Bears will not give them the opportunity to do so because especially now that Justin Fields. First of all, the Bears are just not a good team anyways, but now without Justin Fields, they're even worse, man. I hope Justin Fields gets well soon because he actually been playing well his last couple of games. So I really hope he gets better soon. But yeah, I have no confidence in the Bears. And like I said, I don't have a lot of confidence in the Raiders, but give me the Raiders to win this matchup just because the Bears are just so bad. So Raiders fans, hey, I mean, y'all will be on a 3-game winning streak, right? Y'all will move to 4-3 with this win. Should you win this game, man? I know a lot of Raiders fans will probably think, hey, we can make the playoffs. No, y'all not. But y'all will win this game. Next up, we got the Cleveland Browns taking on the Indianapolis Colts, where the Cleveland Browns, man, wow. Their defense showed up once again, and their defense is legit. I mean, they really have a really, really freaking good defense, man. Led by Myles Garrett, Darius Smith, Dalvin Thompson. You look at that back end, the secondary, Juan Thornhill, Martin Emerson Jr., Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome. I mean, man, this defense is no joke. But we got to be honest, though, too. The 49ers, their kicker, Jake Moody, all he has to do is make, what was it, like a 40, 41-yard kick? It's like, come on, man. But he is a rookie. But nah, the Browns defense is really good. But Deshaun Watson, man, I mean, I'm not sure really what's going on with his injury. I know I was reading yesterday that he said he will not come back until he's 100%. So I really don't know what's going on with that. Because it's kind of weird how things have played out. Just when they played against when they played against the Ravens like 3 weeks ago, I know they were saying that the doctors had cleared him to play, but he still didn't play. So I'm not sure what's going on with that situation. But yeah, they need him to get back because PJ Walker is not very good. So they need Deshaun Watson to get back. And then you look at the Colts, man. The Colts, Anthony Richardson, obviously he'll be out for the season with the AC joint sprain. So hoping he gets well because Anthony Richardson, rookie quarterback. Was looking pretty dynamic as a runner. He was making strides as a passer, so can't wait to see what he does. You look at the Colts though. They got blown out to the Jaguars. Not surprised though. Gardner Minshew is still pretty solid though, y'all. Don't get it twisted now. Gardner Minshew is still pretty solid, but I'm gonna take the Cleveland Browns because I think the Browns defense is gonna make it very hard for the Colts to score. This is gonna be a very low scoring game. Because the Browns are not gonna be able to put up points either, right? Because PJ Walker is their quarterback, but their defense is gonna force probably like a couple of interceptions, and one of those interceptions will be returned for a touchdown. So give me the Cleveland Browns to win that game. Next up, we got the Buffalo Bills taking on the New England Patriots. And man, the Bills, I mean, talk about a disappointing performance. Talk about just taking your opponent lightly. I mean, the Bills look god awful offensively, right? Defensively, they look pretty fine. But that was, I mean, to be expected. You're going against Tyrod Taylor, bro. I mean, even if they was going against Daniel Jones, like, come on, we know the Giants are a mess offensively, but I was just surprised how bad the Bills looked offensively. And the Bills, man, here's the thing: the Bills are a really good team. Are they a great team? No. Are they a Super Bowl contender? To me, absolutely not, because the Bills have way too many of these kind of performances. Like the Bills, they can blow out the Dolphins, right? They'll blow out the Dolphins, but then they'll barely beat a Giants football team that's literally in shambles right now. So the Bills, this thing, y'all, they're inconsistent now. The Bills gonna take you on that roller coaster because they're gonna go up. They're gonna have them really ups and they're gonna have them downs now. So you got to take it with the Buffalo Bills. And you look at the Patriots. I mean, y'all, I don't really think there's much to be said about the Patriots. I mean, they're a horrible team, man, all around. I mean, the offensive line needs help. They have the worst playmakers in the NFL, right? Their tight end situation is a mess. I mean, and obviously, man, Mac Jones, bro, oh my God. Yeah, remember when he wanted to be called Mac 10, bro? Mac Jones is absolutely horrible. One of the worst quarterbacks in the entire NFL right now. I have no confidence in the Patriots. At this point for the Patriots fans, y'all want to keep losing, okay? Keep losing as much as you can. Keep losing as much as you can so you can potentially end up getting Caleb Williams or Drake May or Michael Penix Jr., right? So give me the Bills to win this game. I don't think this will be a blowout. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie, because I feel like the Bills, like they did last week, y'all, and they're gonna play around with their food. They need to go ahead and just eat that food, but then they're gonna play around with it. But at the end of the day, the Bills are just a more talented team. So give me the Bills to win that game. Next up, we had the Washington Commanders taking on the New York Giants. And wow, the Commanders, last week I picked them to lose to the Falcons. But give the Commanders credit, man. Sam Howell had a bounce back game. The Commanders defense had a bounce back game. They forced 3 interceptions by Desmond Ridder. The Commanders, though, I still don't know how to feel about them. I really don't know how to feel about the Commanders, because it feels like they're gonna be like how they were last year. Like last year, they went 8-1. It feels like this year they're probably gonna be an 8-9, 9-8 team. Like I feel like the Commanders, they're not bad, but they're just not that good. So they're what in between, y'all. And like I said, the worst place to be in the NFL is being a mediocre team. You either need to be competing or you need to be rebuilding. That's it. And obviously, I touched on the Giants a little bit when I was talking about the Bills, but yeah, the Giants, man. I mean, it's just a mess, y'all. It is just a mess with the Giants. I mean, you're talking about you paid Daniel Jones $160 million. Why? I don't know why y'all did that. I mean, his career year last year, y'all, he threw 15 touchdowns. That was a career year. Think about that. In 17 games, he threw 15 touchdowns, and they were saying that's a career year for him. Really? He only threw 15 touchdowns. That's a career year? Bro, get out of here. The wide receivers, I mean, the Giants don't have a true number one. They don't have a true number 2 wide receiver. They just got a bunch of guys at receiver. This defense is bad. I mean, the Giants are just an absolute mess, bro. They're just in shambles big time. Give me the Commanders to win this game. If the Commanders don't win this game, Ron Rivera needs to be fired, straight up. If they don't win this game, he needs to be fired. I'm sorry, because I still cannot believe they lost to the Bears in the fashion that they did. So they lose to the Giants, yeah, he needs to be fired. But give me the Commanders to win that game. Next up, we have the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Falcons, man, y'all disappointed me last week. I picked y'all to win. Desmond Ridder, bro. Yeah, Falcons, y'all gonna need a quarterback. Y'all need a quarterback. I know I've seen rumors out there that the Falcons could trade for Kirk Cousins. I wouldn't do that because I think the Falcons need a long-term option. Like Kirk Cousins is just a band-aid option. Y'all need a long-term option at quarterback, right? I mean, Kirk Cousins is already 35. I wouldn't do that. Listen, I know the Falcons actually, when you look at the Falcons, they really got a pretty solid team. I mean, especially offensively with B. John Robinson and Tyler Algier, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Jonnu Smith. They traded for Van Jefferson last week. Like, they actually got some pretty solid skill positions. Cordell Patterson, they got some pretty solid skill positions. They just don't have a quarterback. And then their defense is not too shabby either. Again, it's just the quarterback. Desmond Ridder must play better for the Falcons to get to where they want to be. And then you look at the Bucs. I picked the Bucs to win last week because I thought their defense was going to be able to kind of lock up the Detroit Lions, but they didn't. So I was wrong about that. Their offense looked really bad. Baker, man, had probably his worst game as a Buccaneer so far. But you know what? I think that he will have a bounce back game. I think that the offense will have a bounce back game. And I think this defense is going to get after it. And, yeah, man, I would not be surprised if Desmond Ridder gets benched during the game. Like, if he has another 2 or 3 interception game, yeah, there's no way Desmond Ridder can continue to be the starter quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. So give me the Bucs to win this game at home. Next up, man, this to me, y'all, this is the second best game of the week right here. We had the Detroit Lions taking on the Baltimore Ravens, and man, the Lions are legit. I told y'all last week that I feel like they are definitely now Super Bowl contenders. Even though I picked them to lose last week, they're still, and they didn't do it. But no, the Lions are for real, y'all. I mean, you look at this team, and they just have everything you would want in a contending team. They got a really solid, like a really good. Jared Goff is really good. He is playing really, really good football right now. He is playing really, really good football. They got a running back. I know Dave Montgomery's out, but you still got Jahmyr Gibbs. They got playmakers, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Josh Reynolds, Jameson Williams, Sam Laporta, the rookie tight end out of Iowa University. They got a really good offensive line, Taylor Decker, Penei Sewell, Jonah Jackson, and then defensively, man, at corner, Cameron Sutton and Jerry Jacobs. And they got Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, I really, really like, and Malcolm Rodriguez at linebacker. I really like what the Lions have. Then I look at the Ravens. The Ravens obviously coming off a big win against my Tennessee Titans, where their defense, man, just got after they had 6 sacks. David Clowney had 2 of those sacks. I mean, that's the Ravens are healthy now, man. And because the Ravens are healthy, they are a really, really dangerous team. You got Odell back. Zay Flowers continues to be a bright spot for that offense, man. That dude is already a pretty good wide receiver. And I know he just 6 games in his career, but yeah, Zay Flowers is legit. Obviously, they still got Mark Andrews, like Gus Edwards, a running back. Oh, man. Y'all, I'm stuck. You know what? I picked against the Lions last week. I can't do it again, man. Give me the Lions to win this game. I'm telling y'all right now, if the Lions win this game, they gonna be pushing for the best team in the NFC. Like, seriously, you gonna be able to make an argument they're the best team in the NFC if they win a game like this. Going on the road in Baltimore, but hey, give me the Lions to win this game. I was gonna pick the Ravens, but I was like, man, I can't pick against the Lions. This team's legit. I can't pick against them again. Give me the Lions to win that game. Next up, we had the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Los Angeles Rams, and the Steelers coming in 3-2. Obviously, they had their bye week last week, so they had no game last week. The Los Angeles Rams, though, beat the Arizona Cardinals 26-9. They improved their record to 3-3. When I look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, though, an area that the Steelers have really struggled in, y'all, an area that the Steelers have really struggled in is their secondary. I think they're like 25th in pass yards allowed, right? The Steelers secondary is really, really bad. And the reason that the Steelers secondary is so bad is because they just got a lot of old soul guys. I mean, Patrick Peterson and Levi Wallace They just can't get it done, man. They're not getting it done. But I do love me some Joey Porter Jr. Excuse me, Joey Porter Jr. Oh yeah, this kid, man. This kid, you could tell he got future Pro Bowl / All Pro corner written all over him. I mean, he got the perfect blend of size, speed, athleticism, ball skills. I mean, this dude, oh yeah, Joey Porter Jr. Man, he is legit. Y'all saw that interception he had against the Ravens a couple weeks ago. This kid is legit, but the Steelers secondary is just so bad overall. You look at the Rams, and what the Rams do well, y'all. They could throw the football. Cooper Kupp is back, Puka Nacua, and Tutu Atwell. The Rams, man, Matthew Stafford is playing some pretty good football this year. After last year, you know, his season got cut short because of his elbow injury. Listen, y'all, the Steelers defense, I know that defensive line with TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Larry Ogunjobi, but the Steelers just do not have enough in the secondary. Give me the Rams to win this game. I think the Rams going to be going up and down that field because with those weapons, like I just mentioned, and Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, and Tutu Atwell, yeah, give me the Rams, man. They're going to put up probably like 30-something. I mean, this honestly is going to be a blowout. In my opinion, it's going to be a blowout because the Steelers just don't have enough offensively. They just don't. And their play caller, Matt Canada, this dude might be the worst offensive coordinator in all of football. So give me the Rams to win that game, B. Next up, we have the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Seattle Seahawks. And the Cardinals, like I told y'all, like I've been saying the last couple weeks, the Cardinals, man, have actually surprised me because they've been competitive in pretty much all their games this year, except last week. But other than that, I mean, the Cardinals have really been fighting. They've been scratching. They've been clawing. But they just still don't have enough talent. But you got to give them the credit, though, that they don't just go out there and just lay down for anybody. And you're looking at the Seattle Seahawks, right, coming off a disappointing loss. I picked the Seahawks to win, I picked the Bengals to win if T. Higgins played, which he did. So I'm not mad that the Bengals won, but I am mad at the Seahawks in the fashion that they lost, y'all, because they literally had so many opportunities. They just cannot convert in the red zone. But the Seahawks are back home. This is the best opportunity for them to have a really get-right game. Because let's be honest, man, this year the Seahawks offense has not looked as dynamic as everyone thought it was going to be. Their defense last week still played well. They only held the Bengals to 17 points, but I'm still like, what is going on with the Seahawks offense? You would think with the weapons that they have, and DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and Jackson Smith and Jigba, and Kenneth Walker, you would think they would be moving the ball more than what they are, but they're having problems. Then when they are moving the ball, they're kicking a lot of field goals this year. So, and we know last year the Seahawks, man, their offense was so explosive. It was so dynamic. So I'm ready for them to get back to that. I think this is a perfect game for that offense to look explosive again. So give me the Seahawks to win against the Cardinals again. This game will probably start out close, but I think the Seahawks will pull away in the end. Next up, we have the Green Bay Packers taking on the Denver Broncos. And Packers fans, how y'all feeling about y'all quarterback, man? How y'all feeling? Now, look, Jordan Love is still young. He's still young, right? He's still young. He's only going to be 25 years old. He's young. First year starting. But, man, last couple of weeks, y'all, against the Lions, against the Raiders, boy, he ain't look good, has he? Jordan Love has not looked good. He started the season 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Now he has, 8 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. So, Jordan Love, man, hey, he got to step it up because at the end of the day, if the season is over with, right, and Jordan Love did not play that well, the Packers are going to be looking for a quarterback. So, Jordan Love, hey, my brother, it's really on you because outside that, I mean, the Packers ain't like a bad team, but they need better quarterback play, boy. And look at the Broncos. I mean, y'all know what I said about the Broncos. I think y'all saw my video. It's time for them to move on from Russ, tear this whole thing down. I mean, this was an absolute failure, and it happens sometimes. Sometimes, hey, you make a trade for a player that you think is really going to significantly improve your team, and they thought that Russ was, and he's done everything but that. I mean, like I said, y'all, the Broncos, absolute disaster. It's time for them to part ways. So, yeah, I'm taking the Packers by default in this game. I really am. Jordan Love just has to play better. That's what it comes down to. The Packers are not that bad of a team. Jordan Love just has to play better. So I'm picking the Packers to win this game, not because I have that much confidence in them or faith in them, but just because the Broncos are so bad. Go give me the Packers to win this game. Next, we got the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs, and man, Chargers. I mean, oh my gosh, bro, the Chargers. The Chargers had to be one of the worst teams in the NFL when it comes to finishing games. They should have won that game against the Cowboys the other night. But they always found a way to lose games. You even think about, week 2, y'all, when the Chargers played my Tennessee Titans. They should have won that game. But what, they always find ways to lose games. I don't know what it is. Listen, Brandon Staley to me needs to be fired. And I would have fired him last year. This is what I would have fired Brandon Staley and brought in a Sean Payton. That's what I would have done. But instead, y'all kept on to Brandon Staley. Dude, y'all got to fire this man. The Chargers defense is still bad, y'all. And he's supposed to be a defensive coach. Think about that. Brandon Staley is supposed to be a defensive coach, yet his defense continues to be one of the worst in the entire NFL. Especially that secondary is so bad. So the Chargers, man, what are y'all doing, bro? Because y'all always find ways to lose games. You need to get rid of Brandon Staley. But you look at the Kansas City Chiefs, where the Chiefs just keep on pushing along, y'all. They keep on pushing along. Now, they are struggling their receiver, which, by the way, let me bring this up. They did trade for Mecole Hardman. So Mecole Hardman, he's back, which is kind of funny. Mecole Hardman is back with the Kansas City Chiefs. And, now, obviously, he's not a number 1. He's not a number 2 wide receiver, but he does have, a lot of familiarity with the system. Him and Patrick Mahomes know each other very well. He's still, Mecole Hardman is still a deep threat, speed threat. They can run little jet sweeps with him. So I like the trade. I think they only had to give up like a 6 or 7 round pick. So I like the trade because, man, the Chiefs have been struggling to get explosive plays offensively. We know that's what he is. Like, Mecole Hardman is a speed demon. He can get those big plays, and I like it. And he should be able to play for this game. I know that the trade went down, yesterday, but he should be able to play in the game. So give me the Chiefs to win this game at home. Again, like I said, y'all, the Chargers defense continues to be bad, especially that secondary. And I do think that Patrick Mahomes will be able to find some success. I think Mecole Hardman will have a solid day. But the Chiefs need these receivers to start showing up. Like, they need Sky Moore, MVS, and Kadarius Toney to start doing something. Because right now the only weapons they got is obviously Travis Kelce and really Rashee Rice. Great pick by the Kansas City Chiefs. That kid's look like the real deal. But give me the Kansas City Chiefs to win that game. Next up, y'all, we have what I think is the best matchup. And not just because it's a Sunday night matchup, but because it's the Miami Dolphins taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. And man, what a matchup this is. You looking at the Dolphins, the most explosive offense in the NFL. This offense, to me, I ain't gonna lie, this is one of the most explosive offenses, y'all, that we've seen since, to me, this is the most explosive offense we've seen since the 2013 Denver Broncos. Now, obviously, we know how that season ended for the Broncos, but during the regular season, man, they had so much great success. And the Dolphins, I mean, with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and Raheem Mostert. I know Devon Achane, unfortunately, he's injured. But just all this speed, Braxton Berrios, like all this speed, y'all, that's coming at you. It is a lot for a defense to try to game plan for. It really is a lot, y'all. Because here's the thing, if you sit back in coverage and play zone on them, what they're going to do, they're going to go underneath and just keep beating you. If you like, well, we're not going to get beat over top, what's going to happen, though? Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, they're going to use their speed, and they still going to get by you. So you can't even really can't even play zone coverage against these cats. And with the speed they have in zone coverage, they're going to find a way to get straight by you. Then you look at the Eagles, man, coming off a disappointing loss against the Jets, where, like I spoke on this yesterday in my Julio Jones video, the Eagles, man, it's just their red zone offense has been a big problem so far, right? It's been a huge problem. Jalen Hurts has not looked like himself. Y'all, on the season, he got 7 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He ain't looking like himself from last year. The Eagles' offense really still is not looking like themselves, even though AJ is continuing. Man, AJ is a freaking beast. We ain't even finna get into that, but yeah, I mean AJ continues to do his thing. Obviously, they got Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert, DeAndre Swift, and Kenneth Gainwell running back, but the Eagles' offense as a whole has really struggled. Their red zone offense has really struggled. Listen, I know this is an away game, and they're playing in Philly. And people have said what all the Dolphins can't win on the road when it's cold. But I think that's a lie, y'all. I'm taking the Miami Dolphins to beat the Philadelphia Eagles because when I look at the Eagles have also struggled with their secondary. And Darius Slay, we obviously know he missed last game. And yesterday in practice, he was limited. So we got to see if Darius Slay plays. But even if he plays, y'all, the Eagles secondary just does not have the speed to keep up with these boys. And the Eagles, like I said, they've struggled in this. Like James Bradbury, he struggled this year. Darius Slay has even had his struggle. So give me the Dolphins to win the game because that Dolphins, that speed in that passing game is going to be way too much for that Eagles secondary to try to contain. Then our last matchup, bang, bang, Niner game, baby. We had the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. And you look at the 49ers coming off a tough loss, man. You lost your two of your top players offensively, and Debo and Christian McCaffrey. And they were going, man, up against a very, very, very stout and tough Cleveland Browns defense. So I don't want to take much away from it. Like I said, I still think the 49ers are the best team in the NFL. I think they got the best roster in the NFL, man. Their roster from top to bottom is so deep. It's so stacked. They got a Pro Bowl player literally at every position. It's so crazy. So, yeah, I still love the 49ers, man. It happens, You lose two of you lose your two top skill players, excuse me. You're playing against a very tough defense in bad condition. I mean, it started raining. Y'all saw how it looked in Cleveland, man. It was an absolute mess. It was cold, all that. So the 49ers are still that team. You look at the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, the Minnesota Vikings barely got by the Chicago Bears last week, and that was even when Justin Fields got injured. They still barely got by him. Their offense look, man. Y'all see how the Vikings offense look without Kirk Cousins? Yeah, or excuse me, without Justin Jefferson. Woo, they look really, really, really bad. They look really bad, man. TJ Hawkinson, woo, y'all probably should not give him all that money because so far this year, he's only been okay. The Vikings, man, this is a team that I feel like they're kind of like my Titans right now. Like, they don't want to wave the white flag, but they really should be waving that white flag because it's over, Vikings. Y'all should just trade Kirk because y'all need to find y'all quarterback of the future. But and man, y'all need, speaking of the future though, y'all need to get Justin Jefferson locked up to a darn contract extension. That's what y'all really need to do. But yeah, the Vikings are just like the Vikings are really becoming an irrelevant team that no one's really talking about. The only reason we even talk about the Vikings is why? Because of Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, and Danielle Hunter, which Danielle Hunter, yeah, that dude, man, Danielle Hunter, one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. But that's the only reason we talking about the Vikings. So I think y'all know I'm gonna go with, man. Bang, bang, Niner game, baby. 49ers all day. Bounce back win. I think they win this game big. Monday Night Football over the Minnesota Vikings. So there you have it, folks. Those were my Week 7 NFL picks. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Y'all know I'm gonna end it, man. God bless. I love y'all. Peace.